Hey everybody, Rachel Caskey here from Rachel Caskey Art, and right now I am working on my junk journal. I had already sewn the outside edges and made pockets on the inside, and today I'm going to show you how I'm decorating the front of this. So I have these fabric swatches I found at the Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so I'm using some of these to attach to the front. And what I'm doing is I layered 3 pieces on top of each other, and I sewed them together, and I also included a piece of a doily. I actually got the doily from the Miller's Antique Mall, Miller's Crossings Fleetique in Irwin, Pennsylvania. I got this for $1, and what I did was cut out one of the pieces and attached it to this as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hot glue this down to the front. Okay, so that is now hot glued down to the front. I guess I could hot glue this part too, but I am using some of the things I received through the Junk Journal Pen Pals Facebook group. I want to thank those ladies for such beautiful items to include on my junk journal. And I'm going to use a glue stick to glue these down. Well, actually, this glue stick is not good anyways, but actually I think I'll use hot glue because since there's fabric here, I want to make sure that stays down really well. Okay, so I glued these pieces down using hot glue. They're on there pretty tight. I just love that layout. The little bunny does come out, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna leave that as is. And let me see if I want to add anything else. That's kind of cute there. I don't know. I'll leave that off for now. Okay, so I want to show you some of the things that I plan to put inside of here for signatures. Oh no, I did it upside down. How do I do these things to myself? Oh my goodness. So now oh my goodness. You know what? I guess I'm gonna have to cut this off and somehow attach it to a new one. Yeah, the things happen. That's a shame. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did it upside down. I had it right the first time. So let me cut this piece off. And I don't think I can do it this way. Or I can maybe cut these off and reattach them to the bottom. All right, let me see. Get my little scissors. I think I'll do that. I'll cut these off. It'll be easier. Well, sometimes you make mistakes and you just have to roll with it, right? Let's cut these off. I have the hole on the other side. You don't need to watch this whole process. So I hot glued this part down as well, and since I accidentally put the front cover on upside down, I cut these, what were supposed to be the pockets, I cut them, and I'm actually going to use them as little peekaboo spots in the journal. Good thing it's a junk journal and nothing has to be perfect. So I was going to use a pair of my decorative scissors. Where'd I put them? And I'm going to make a nice edge on these. There. And there. So those look kind of fancy. I didn't cut the edge that well up top here, so, but it is a junk journal. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see here. I'm going to show you some of the ideas I have for what I'm going to put inside. So I bought these at the Goodwill distribution center. It's one of the, it's not a normal Goodwill. It's a Goodwill that they pull all the bins out and you search through everything. Well, I found this in a huge box of books, and it is a stationery set of the Eiffel Tower. They're blank cards from, it says Robert Delaunay was the artist. It says, while he hopped restlessly from Neo-Impressionism to Divisionism, Cubism, and Orphism, Robert Delaunay, French, 1885 to 1941, remained wedded to a small number of formal obsessions. One was the Eiffel Tower, to which he turned at key junctures in his career. His wife, Sonia, wrote, the tower was his liberated muse, his Eve of the future. The tower addresses the universe. Born in Paris just 2 years before construction began on the tower, Delaunay learned his craft from a painter of theater scenery. As illusionistic sets yielded to the hammer blows of modern art, the young painter left his master's studio and embraced Cubism, the discipline that he applied to his first paintings of Paris's tallest structure, dating 1911 and 1912. By the fall of 1912, Delaunay had formally rejected Cubism, intent on reversing Picasso and Braque's subordination of color to form. Delaunay's close friend, Apollinaire, explained, color no longer depends on the three dimensions, for it is color that defines them. A decade later, the painter discovered the marvelous overhead photograph of the tower taken by André Schellcher and Albert Omer de Cugy in 1909, one in a series of images they made from the basket of a hot air balloon. It permitted him to compose Eiffel Tower and Gardens, Champ de Mars, a work far more sedate than his Cubist experiments. Then, 37 years after Eiffel opened his steel edifice to the public, Delaunay offered Parisians a new tower. He titled it quite simply the Eiffel Tower, a thing of yellow, orange, and gold, whose rectangles of color linked it to the grid of streets and formal gardens at ground level, rather than propelling it into the sky. Color had come to define the three dimensions. So that's what this represents here. So I'm going to put one of these inside as a signature. It kind of goes along with the Frenchy theme we got going on here. So it'll go in here. And I'll probably put a piece of pattern paper over top of this side. So that'll go straight in there. And then I am going to use a piece of my tea-dyed paper. Put that in here. There. And I also purchased at the Goodwill Distribution Center these beautiful blank cards. They're art cards. And it says The art featured on this note card was painted by Holocaust survivor and artist Roman Wachtel from 1905 to 1985. Oh, sorry about that. He, his wife, and his son fled their home of Vienna just before Austria was annexed into Germany in March 1938. They hid in Belgium and survived. After the war, the family moved to New York, where Roman continued his career. So I really love this. I'm going to include one of these inside as well. Oh, that looks really good with the tea dye paper. So we have that, this, and I might keep that just so people can read the note. And I don't know, maybe I'll keep the back of this. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so that's what I have so far. And I'm also playing around with the idea of adding some of my doodle art pieces to the inside. But the only thing is this size is larger than this junk journal, so I may have to cut down a portion of these to fit. So let me see. This one says Art Feeds the Soul. Go like this. That looks pretty good. It's about, yeah, I just have to cut down a little, cut down the top here. Let's see. Just cut the piece so I know where. Okay. And I have this one as well. Okay, so I can cut them in the same spot. I'll put that one underneath. Okay, so I cut these down to size to fit inside here. So I'm going to go like this, and this one, this one. So you can actually do some artwork and some journaling in here and add some pieces to it. Let's make sure there we go. Okay, so now I have the pages. I'm going to bind them inside. Take an awl. I have a couple different sizes here. I'm going to try the smaller one first. Make sure these are lined up with the center. Just making sure the holes are a little bit bigger to make sure that the twine can go through. Okay. Not exactly centered, but all right. I have a yarn needle, and I'm going to grab some twine. Okay, so I have some pink embroidery floss I'm going to use for this project to bind it. Here we go. I'm going to start at the top. Okay. Go back in through this one. So here's what the front looks like. I added a stamp here. I also added a clamp here with this tag that I made years ago with the Eiffel Tower on it, and it had these, you know, this yarn and these charm pieces I got at an antique mall. So that's attached up at the top here. I'll show you what the inside looks like now that I binded it. So this will pop open. I can put like stickers or things here. Here's a small page. This is tea-dyed music sheet paper. Some graph paper. A tea-dyed envelope. The Eiffel Tower art card. Here's that other card. Some tea-dyed old vintage paper, vintage book page. My doodle page. Another vintage tea-dyed page. Another doodle page. And that's the middle. So I have that bound right here in the middle. And then this is what it looks like on the other side. Truly junk journal style. Can't wait to fill it up with all kinds of goodies. One of those goodies I'm looking forward to adding to it is this loaded pocket activity I received from one of the ladies through the Junk Journal Pen Pals Facebook group. Look at the cute stickers and such that are inside here. I'll definitely be using these throughout this junk journal as well. Look how cute. These will go so well. Look at these tags. And there's even a little notebook inside here. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that on the inside of the music page, perhaps. Although I do like seeing all the notes here. So let me know what your thoughts are, where I should put it. Because I could put it there, or perhaps, that it doesn't quite fit there. But let me see where else it could go. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe on the inside of a cover right here, and do like this little boop. You can see more of it. So anyways, that's the junk journal I just completed. It feels really good to actually complete one. Thanks to Natasha at Treasure Books on YouTube for all her awesome inspiration, especially with adding some cute embellishments on the outside like this. I was so excited when I came across this because I literally made this tag years and years ago, and just never I had attached this years ago, but just never used it. Now I have a perfect use for it. So I hope you're all doing well, and happy junk journaling.